Hello. Oh, turn that down a bit. Okay. Had to like auto balance everything. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm late. Sorry I'm late. I took a nap. It's a great nap. Good nap. I'm going to follow it up with an energy drink. Because fuck it. Alright. We're here. We're live. Alright, I got to go live on Instagram real quick. Hey, Stigma, how are you? How's everybody doing? How's your week's been going? Hopefully you're all doing well and happy. Texturing the tank's body live. Feeling good though. Feeling good today. Public, next. Thank you, Instagram. I'm no longer streaming to TikTok. I didn't like it, so I'm not doing it anymore. Maybe when that platform grows a little bit more, but or it gets banned, who knows. Alright, and we are maybe live? There we go. Alright, and we're live. Okay. I'm doing alright. My fingers hurt so bad right now. I built Legos for 5 hours. You gotta use the little orange tool. That's what keeps your fingers from hurting. That's what saves you from the pain. Hold on, I'm like not set up at all here, so let me get set up here. Alright, so I've got my whoopsie. Let's see. Alright, I think this is gonna work. Right? I don't remember how I did this last time. This might work. Okay. So, hopefully. There we go. That's better. Now I can feel like I can actually see you guys. Hi, everybody. Okay. Well, I'm sorry your fingers hurt, Stigma. That's no fun. Good morning, Shimei. Man, insane texturing. Thank you. It's getting there. It's not where I want it to be yet, but it's for sure getting there. I feel like my desk is lower than it was. Cause like yeah, it is. Let's try that. That feels better. Okay. What's up, Resquins? I'm a noob to Lego building, and I don't have... Oh, and I have a tool, but it helps more with... Well, I mean, that's true. It is really meant for taking them apart, but... Sometimes it helps. Alright, so here's our tank. We are working on it. I'm playing with some, like, frost on the windows and stuff, so... Right now, I've just been kind of adding some paneling details. So I think I'm going to continue on that path. Just because it's kind of something I'm enjoying right now. It's a good little break from all the texturing and stuff. But as you can see, we got the nice camouflage going on here. So it's coming together really nicely. And I feel like I've finally found my balance with making sure Substance doesn't suck up every ounce of my graphics card. So that's a plus. So, a couple reminders out of the way. Guys, if you are on YouTube, please make sure you like the stream. It helps throw me into the distance that is the algorithm. If you're watching on Twitch, just hang out, have fun. And Instagram, same thing. And if you're interested in seeing it in like full screen, you can join me on either Twitch or YouTube. So, all that junk's out of the way, and we're here. GMVFX, I've been loving following your work, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's this one took longer than I thought it was going to. I was kind of hoping this one wasn't going to take this long, but here we are. But I'm enjoying it at least. That's what really matters. How are you doing, GMVFX? I'm just creating some fake panels here. Thinking, yeah, we'll make this like this. And then I need that to, no, actually that needs to be, okay, hold on. That actually needs to go right there. Because when I turn on those hex panels, that's what's going to matter. Let's clean that line up a bit. Go in here, clean this one up a little bit. And all these are just little lines that I can later add some dirt to and make them look like they're actual like built-in panels to the body without having to model them in, because I tend to try to balance what I'm modeling in and what I'm not modeling in. Let's see. I don't see any question. What do you mean you don't see any question? Good, thank you. I've been working on a Humvee since wow. Stroke tasted wonderful. I've been working on a Humvee since September. That's awesome. How's it going? Are you enjoying the process? I haven't done a Humvee yet. I did an M1 Abrams tank back in college. And part of me was going to revisit that. And now that I'm doing this tank, I don't think I'm going to revisit that. Let's do a little bit thinner of a line. Oh, oops. Let's start right here. You can do these with the pen tool too. I just prefer doing it this way. I feel like it's faster. All right. So that gives us some nice, just some nice detail, because you can see what happens when I turn that off. You actually see like how we lose a little bit of depth on the armor. So that's what I'm kind of mainly working on right now. And eating some dinner, so excuse me while I take a bite. Okay. So I want to do paneling on these. I might go a little bit bigger on that. Let's go to like 18. It's all in the detail. Yes, sir. What's up, Chris? Resequence, I'm still confused. What do you mean you don't see any? I don't know what that means. Okay. Nope. Cool. Because it's just more detail. We love that. Leave it. I tried a lame joke. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. No. I get what you're saying now. It's not that you did a lame joke. It's that I'm too, like, stupid to pick up on that, so I see what you did there. Hi, we need more toots on UV and rhizome. They will be coming. I'm working on a second one now. A little bit more of an advanced process and more on like organizing your shells and things like that. So there will be another one. Don't worry. It's been a crazy learning process so far. I intend to make a VFX shot out of it with Houdini particles and Sims. Nice, awesome. So it sounds like you're going to do some good stuff to like challenge yourself. We love that. That's cool, man. I dig it. All right, let's find a nice alpha to throw here. What does this one look like? It's probably not going to work, but let's see. Oops. Yep, no, don't really like that. From a distance, that's okay. Yeah, alright. I'll keep that for now. Back to what we were doing, though. More panel stuff. Are you modeling it all in Maya, GM, or what are you modeling it in? Let's see. Okay. And as always, guys, if you have questions while I'm doing this, feel free to ask. I do not mind answering any questions at all. Okay, let's position myself to actually do that right. That's not what I wanted. That'll work. So we're going to do kind of a fun design here, just stack some bandling in here. Does any of this actually do anything? Probably not, but it looks cool. Oopsie. Okay. Yeah, just gives us some nice kind of like that initial or that extra panel detail that like we totally could spend the time to model that in, but kind of have to pick and choose what you're doing and like how much detail you want to actually put into your mesh and how much you want to handle with texture maps. And this is just one of those things I tend to handle with texture maps. Currently in Blender, but I already have started transitioning into Maya. Nice, very cool. Are you finding it difficult to transition between the two, or are you enjoying it so far? So one of the things I did today is I went through and I added these little weld beads around everything. They look terrible up close, but from a distance, they just look like they were welded in place. So they add that nice little extra detail because like the reality is just like this is probably the closest I'm going to get to this tank. So I'm not focused on making this thing like hyper realistic, super up close, because that's what I set my texel density to kind of allow me to, is to get this close. Let me turn my tiles on. There we are. Yeah, that's looking really good. Alright. I hate that this headlight is like ever so slightly sticking through here. I gotta fix this on the mesh, but that's not a big deal. Not a huge problem. I'll fix that later. Okay. I'm also learning other industry standard software in parallel to Maya, such as Blender and Nuke. Nice. Nuke is a good one. Nuke is tough, though. I definitely struggled with Nuke. I would still like to play with Nuke, but my license is for a Mac, and I don't have a Mac, and it's old as hell now, so... Learning so much in a short amount of time, challenging, extremely motivated. That was good. Just don't let yourself burn out. That's the worst thing that you can let yourself do is burn out, so make sure you're taking breaks. But, no, that's good. And, you know, the cool thing is you're doing what I suggest, which is to do projects that kind of use multiple disciplines. So whether you're trying to learn like modeling at the same time as like texturing, or you're like you're doing with Houdini stuff, like find ways that each one of your projects can challenge you in different levels, and that's awesome that you're already doing that. I think that's one of the best ways to learn this stuff, just because like there's so much to learn here. I was like really tempted. I'm still thinking about it, about putting my logo right here. I might do it. Nope, that's too big. Some of these panels, I don't want them that large, so... But the nice thing is that I can now take this if I want to. So here's the reason I do this way, right? So I'm going to create a fill layer. We're going to let that cycle through because it takes a second. I'm going to set this to just like black. Or pink. Pink works too. What are you doing, Substance? There we go. Okay, cool. We'll set up a black mask. So, one of the coolest things about Substance is that you can just duplicate from your old masks. So I can literally just take this mask, copy mask, go up here, paste into mask, and you can see how that suddenly gives me this nice etching that I can then start to kind of like mess with and play with. So like I can go in here and start grunging this if I want to. I can like break it up and turn it into dirt. I'm gonna leave that for now, but that's gonna be something that I do a lot on this build, I think. All right. Not super. I want to do the bolts. Let's go ahead and look at these bolts. So I'm gonna go. My bolts are right here. I think they just have like a basic steel on them right now. Yeah, that's it. So let's take a look at adding some wear to them. I'm gonna go ahead and save this real quick. Why the textures look like pixels? Because I'm literally like zoomed into it. Or are you talking about like the... Oh, hold on, I'll zoom out in a second. Are you talking about the fact that the pixels on the like body, they look like pixels? You're talking about like this stuff? All this? So, okay, so the reason this looks like this is actually a kind of a modernized form of camouflage. So if you ever see like modern... I know at least the U.S. does it, but like modern U.S. military, a lot of times the vehicles or uniforms will have this digital camo. It was just a way to make them, I guess, look a little bit cooler. I don't really know, but I liked the look of it, so I wanted to maintain the look of it, especially because this is like a sci-fi tank. So I'm using this digital camo, basically. And this is just a really good material that somebody built in Substance Designer, I found, and I bought for like $5. So I think it's called like digital ACU or something like that. But it does have like its own name or something. All right, let's apply that to the bolts. We are going to play with this for a minute. Let's turn that brush pattern all the way up. Yeah, so there's a mix that has to happen here. Honestly, I don't know how much I like that one, so let's do this. I'm going to delete that. Let's try this edges strong. Yeah, I like the look of that better because it's got that grunge. So let's pull that in. It's already not super crazy. Modern camo could be because Battlegrounds is more buildings and trees and stuff than blend into the gray industrial area. Yeah, that could be it too. I don't really know what the official reasoning was for doing like the digital camo, but I like the way it looks. That one disappears quickly. Okay, so we don't want to really blur that too much. So let's do this. We're going to do metal. The day that Substance Painter somehow comes out with an iPad app is the day that I go broke. That would be really cool. I don't know if they're ever going to do that. Maybe with the iPad stuff. What's up, Sharky? It would be cool. I still have yet to play with ZBrush on an iPad just because I don't own a ZBrush or an iPad. I don't own a ZBrush. I do own ZBrush. I don't own an iPad. I don't like that I have to kind of... Just want a little bit of damage there. I guess that works. The nice thing is all of these bolts are stacked, so they're all getting the same kind of treatment. But yeah. I think what I want this base darker. Not that dark. Do a fill layer. I'm going to do a black mask. Let's go in here with a brush. I've really been liking this fibers. Good morning, Aniket. How are you? Oh, I can't zoom in anymore. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to treat this like just dirt. It's not going to have a metallic. It's not going to have a roughness. Actually, what we can do is we can take the roughness and just kind of boost it. Okay, there we go. Oh, let's turn off that right now. Just kind of dirty this up a bit. The hell is even that SDI? How you doing, buddy? Harris, what's up? Hi, Cryptic. You said you would do a video on low poly textured asset turned to sub D without texture stretching in Maya. Son of a bitch, I did. I forgot. I am so sorry. I will get one out. The reason I did that is because I found a slight issue with it. So not so much the fact that it's not possible. It is possible. I do it all the time. But the issue is that the video that I had planned to do was based around a cylinder, and that same thinking doesn't actually work with cylindrical objects unless they have enough to like support them. So I have to do a little bit of rework on that, but it'll come. Don't worry. That's actually a good video that I could probably round out the week with, so I'll make sure I get that to you. How long have you been using Substance for? About a year now. I'm alright, dude. How are you? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing real good. Alright, I want some... Honestly, I'm not a fan of how that's working. So I'm actually just going to delete this. Remove effect. We're going to leave that sharpen. We're going to turn this all the way up to white. Leave the height the way it is. And then I'm just going to paint this detail in because I'd rather just do that. So let's do, that's underneath that, right? So that shouldn't be overriding it, is it? No, it's not. Okay. Just want that to not be as large. So this needs to be kind of small. 0, 9. That's still not small enough. That's better. Just want that kind of wear detail that you would get when you, because like if you ever like look at it when you twist off a bolt or anything like that, wherever the teeth meet the socket, they tend to like chew the metal up. So that's what we're kind of replicating here. Do that last one again here. Okay. Gives us just a nice little detail, and then we're going to grunge up the bottom of it a little bit. Oops. And again, this is happening on every single one of the bolts, so each bolt will be the same, but there's really no need to worry about that. After texturing for a while, do you compromise on tiny details that nobody will notice and do it your way? Yes, I do. That's why I'm hand painting these. Because, like, yeah, I can fiddle with maps for the next hour and try to get it to do it automatically for me, but I can just spend 5 minutes and paint the stupid thing. I just forgot to set up my tracker timer. Hold on. Look in. All right. Okay. So we're going to do that. Same thing here. I'm going to go 0.05. Just paint a little bit of shading detail here. I wanted to make sure on this project that I gave these bolts enough textile density so I can actually do what I want to with them. And it seems to be working out. Like, you know, grand scheme of things, do I really have to do that? No, not really. But looking from far away, if we turn these off, you can see the difference that it makes having them on there. It just adds that little extra, like, kind of layer of depth. So that's what I'm going for there. The next thing I want to do, which I don't think... Do I want to do it now? had alphas. What did I use those alphas on? I think I used them on my minigun. Let me see. Because I made some custom bolt alphas. Let's see. I don't... Got a lot of crosshairs and stuff, but I don't have... Let's see. I might have put them in the minigun folder. Let's see. Source images, maybe? Aha! I did. There it is. Is that right? Technically, probably not, but just do current session. Yeah, I only need it once. All right, cool. Needs to be a tad bit bigger, so we're gonna go to 75, 75, enter. Might actually go up to 80. Let's go to 80. 85.85. This needs to be... Oh, I don't have one on here. That would have done me nothing. Every time. I don't know why Substance by default turns on these jitters. I don't like using them. Well, I do like using them for things like welds and stuff, but like your standard alphas, it just does not make any sense. Oops. Okay. So let's make that look pretty. Okay. Just a little bit of extra detail. What's up, Crix? How are you? Checking in whilst I wait for a job interview. Digital camo looking awesome. Hey, thanks, man. Good luck on the job interview. That's exciting. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yeah, that traveled across really well to all the different bolts. So we're doing pretty solid, I think, so far. All right, cool. So the next thing I want to look at here is this bumper and this deflection plate. So we're going to go down here. And then I need a new fill layer. I'm good. How about you? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Do I want silver armor? Let's try silver armor, see how that looks. It's gonna ruin everything for a second, but I'll fix it. Ooh, yeah. I like the look of that. I just wanna not do what it's doing. Let's do this before I do that. Black mask. Oh yeah, I don't need to move that. What am I doing? Okay. So we're gonna go 3D only. Nope, 3D, 2D. Let's find the front of that bumper, which should be right around here somewhere. Here it is. You are getting the silver treatment. Whoop. All right. And then that other thing, which is somewhere. Oh God, where is it? That's up here. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I think that's all of it. Yeah, that was part of it. Oh, crap. Let's see. 3D, 2D. Just struggling with texturing? What's going on? What's you struggling with? Is it these? It might be these. I need this to actually, like... Let's try this. Zoop. That's it. Alright, cool. That's the rest of it, I think. Uh-huh. So... Let's take a look here. Oh, there's still one more freaking piece. Hold on. Thankfully, that's all I have to do. So, alright. So I like the idea of that being like a steel plate. I do want to darken it just a tad bit because right now it's very much matching the body. And I do want it a little bit darker. There we go. Something like that. Something that gives just enough contrast to this front bumper, but also kind of makes it look dark against the body of the tank. So that works for me. I'm new to Substance Painter. I'm trying to figure out masks and generators. They take a little bit of time. Generators, some really good videos. Substance Painter's YouTube actually has some really good videos on them. I haven't done any myself. But masks are super powerful. So once you get the hang of them, you can do so much stuff with them. Are you just trying to create like basic masks? Or like what are you trying to do exactly? Did I? I did not. Partially because that's on a separate thing. Alright. So the question is what should I make these? Should I make these orange? Should I do orange? Or yellow? Like, I know generally they would be like... I don't know. Let's see. Let's play with it here. I got a fill layer. Black mask. Let's try... We'll do red first. Kind of a darker red. Ah, that little pop-up color. I really like it. I'm gonna keep it. Let's see. Trying to make different types of patches on different types of guns with mask in general. When you say patches, you mean like edge wear damage or like actual patches, like some sort of decal? It's starting to look cool now. Thank you. I appreciate that. I thought it looked cool before, but at least it looks cool now. Okay. Trying to think of what else to do down here. I don't necessarily want to mess with those. I want those to stay the same color as the bumper. I do want to damage these though, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. So we'll add another fill layer. Black mask. And then I'm going to save real quick because it's been a minute. Take a bite of food. Without height, but just color. Oh. Without height, but just color. So, there's a video. I would go over it, but I don't have any patches to put on this right now. Abe Liel 3D, I think is what his YouTube channel is. It might just be Abe Liel. He has a very good video on applying stickers in Substance Painter, and that's going to go through that entire process of using masks and blend types to get the result I think that you're trying to get. So check out his video. It's like a Pokemon ball, and he adds stickers to it, but he goes through all of that kind of setup. That might help you a little bit more. I'd point you to one of my videos, but I don't have one. And Abe's a good teacher, so. Alright, so we know that these would be, you know, like grunged to hell by towing and stuff, so we're just going to tear this up a bit. We'll have some wear in here, because this paint's going to be wearing off from like buckling around in here. I wish I could just look. Well, I guess I can. Hold on. Where are you guys? There you are. Yeah, so let's look at this. Just want that same sort of damage there. Nope. Not far enough in yet. There we go. Okay. Maybe a little bit of a patch right there. We can come through and clean these up too. It's not a big deal. Okay. You guys will see what I'm going to do here in a minute. Okay, so we're gonna take that. I've seen his portfolios. The Pokeball vid, yes, it's like a super hyper textured Pokeball, but he goes through all over that. What's up, your Sunny or Sane? How are you? Okay, so we've got some of our like damage here. So let's go ahead and really chew this up. So I'm gonna take my height, pull it in, because I really want these damaged. Our base color is fine. We're gonna turn up our metallic. I'm gonna turn down our roughness. That actually might be a little bit too much like height. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a sharpness to this. So we're going to do a filter, sharpen. It's going to kind of sharpen that stuff. I just really don't want that super sharp. Just enough to make it look like the paint actually like tore off. Okay. And then I think we're gonna remove some of this, so. Just restore a little bit of this. Because it looks a little, like sometimes you can get a little too crazy with this. So the last thing I want to do is have this look super just like fake and chewed up. That's better. fix this one over here. What software are you using for the texturing? Is this? Yes, this is Substance Painter. Yep, added to watch later. We'll see. We'll see and work on my gun. Nice, very cool. I hope that helps you. If not, feel free to join the Discord and reach out. I can help you in there too. I just don't have anything I can actively like show you with right now. Just a little too much damage. Okay, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add another fill layer. And now we're going to dirty it up a little bit. So, okay. Because these would not be this like clean in reality, so I want to make sure we kind of mimic that. Yeah. You can see a big difference there. So like this one has like a darker hue to it now. All right, that should be just enough to, cool. And I'm gonna use the same dirt to like kind of dirty up this bumper. Because in reality, this thing would be driving through, you know, dirt and snow and stuff. And so it's gonna be kicking things up and it's gonna get really dirty and kind of just nasty. So we're gonna use that same kind of like cleanup. 3D only. I'm actually going to, my flow's already pretty low. Let's turn back on that. I'm just lightly applying some dirt. This would be an area where it would build up a little bit more, so I'm just going a little bit heavier down here. Let's do a once over just to kind of remove a little bit of it. Cool. Okay. Just do a little bit in there. Okay. Also, I love some vids from Stylized Station channel that helped me understand the bakes and maps and saw your grenade video. Nice, that's good. I hope the grenade kind of helped a little bit. That was a fun one to make. Okay, there we go. Whoops. All right, cool. And then we'll come through here and we'll do some more edge wear and damage. But first things first, I want to do some detailing on this. So we're going to go ahead and add one more fill layer. I'm just going to keep adding fill layers. Black mask. This one is just going to be height and normal. Because we're going to do the same kind of paneling, so. So that's kind of annoying because that happened. So we need to go here and we do normal. Oh, no, is that just low res? That might just be low resolution. Damn, that's okay. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's the wrong brush. That's why. I was like, I know my textile density was fine on that. Let's go ahead and pull that back a bit, though. Okay. Give us a little bit of, like, break up here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's do this. Because I can't see that. Oops. Okay. 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 Cool. This is looking so dope. It's getting there, man. It's getting there. Thank you. I appreciate that. I just minimized one of my chats. What happened? Dev, hi Cryptic. Are you full-time 3D artist or doing another job? I do another job. This is technically a hobby / freelance gig thing for me, but who knows? That might change in the future. I think what I want to do is I want those to be like carved out. So like carved out of a block of aluminum. So we're going to do the same thing. I used to think I was just like overusing these, but then I watched another person use Substance Painter and they did the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm like, ah, cool. I'm good. We're going to paste mask. It's going to give us a nice white. And from here, we're going to go roughness, metallic, roughness all the way down. Yeah, that gives us that nice. And again, we're not going to get that close because there's no need. But that gives us that kind of detail. In fact, I think I might make it a little bit darker though. Yeah, there we go. Just so it's there. And then I want to clean this one up because I don't like that. And then I'll just repaste that mask. Okay. It's a little bit cleaner. Copy mask. Paste into mask. And then that realigns that. Good to go. Okay. Sweet. Okay. What else? What else? Let's go ahead and... I need to grunge up some of these bolts, so I'm going to do my grunge layer. Go solid black. Turn off metallic, turn off normal, turn off height. And add a black mask. All right. Okay. This just adds a little bit of separation between objects because otherwise it just kind of looks like things are floating on top of each other. And we don't want that. And then I'll do a little bit of a drip. Okay. Turn off. Hold on a second. I forgot that was on. And then I didn't realize it. Let's make that slightly different. That way it's not like crazy. Okay. And then if we've got some time at the end of stream, I'll pull all this into Maya and we'll take a look at the final render. Because I already have a project set up to load everything, so it's usually really quick. It'll be a fun way to end stream. So you can already see that this one this material takes advantage of the bake and kind of like wears this area out, which is nice, but it doesn't really get me that like dirt buildup that I want. Which is what I like to add. Okay. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. All right. No, Noak, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. All right, we're back. So, next thing I kind of want to focus on are these headlights here. So, I think those are in their own. They are. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the base armor. Let's look at these headlights. So we're going to do a painted steel. Just as our base. That's already looking really good. Little bit crazy grungy, but let's do a save real quick. Hey bro, what's up, No Noak? How are you? How did you find me today? Big fan, buddy. I very much like your work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Did you come from Instagram? It's always cool. Okay, so I think I'm gonna. All right, let's do this from Instagram. Nice, very cool. Well, I appreciate you joining us over here. So that didn't give me a ton of resolution, unfortunately. It gave me enough. But let's look at the. So. How are you doing tonight, No Nook? Okay, let's see. So we're going to do a visor material to this. So here is, these are the front tread ones. There they are. Yeah, I could have given these guys more area. It's kind of a bummer I didn't do that, but it's okay. Alright, so let's do a... Where's that visor material? I always like using this one just because it's like a really good like starting point. And I just realized that I don't have opacity in Substance Painter right now. That's okay, it's fine. I set up the wrong project, that's okay. So that's really just going to look like a shiny metal because there's no opacity there right now, unfortunately. That sucks. Oh, yeah, it's a bummer. Black mask. So I think these are each of the lenses. I don't know, am I able to change that? No. Shit. Well, that's fine. I will figure that out later, but we'll get a base material on there at least for now. Great, bro. Great, go. Wow, I can't speak today. Hi, can someone tell me best render setting according to my machine? Usually it's going to be according to your project on what you're looking for, but if you want to get some support and questions on that, join the Discord because that'll probably be a better place to look for that answer. I'm doing good, No Nook. I hope you're doing good too. Sounds like you are. Okay. I'm just gonna select all of these. That should be all three of them. I'm missing one. This one? Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's that's cool. That's a bummer. But it's fine. I'll get that figured out later. I'll probably end up just taking this material and dropping the opacity on it. But I'm going to have to filter... I'll have to filter that in somehow. Not a huge deal. And then what we're going to do we're actually going to duplicate this one more time. And this one, clear mask. I'm going to actually make purple, because I wanted this one in the center to be kind of like a little LiDAR scanner thing. I don't like the fact that that happened. We'll just get rid of that. I just want that little plate there. Oops. Will you stop that? Okay. So this one we're going to make purple. Yeah. Okay, so aside from that looking stupid because they're super glossy, at least they're textured. Jaideep. So if you need help with that stuff, join the Discord. There's a lot of people in there that can help you with that. I can answer that kind of afterwards, but I need to know your machine specs to figure out like what you need. Just recently started learning 3D animation. Can you give me some tips? Yeah. So you're doing, what kind of animation are you doing? Are you doing like basic stuff, like, you know, like cups getting lifted off of tables or falling over, or are you doing like character animation, vehicle animation? Like what kind of stuffs are you doing? Okay. That actually looks pretty cool from afar, so I guess I'm not super upset with that. These, though, just need to be like a gray plastic, I guess. I hate that I have to do this way, but I don't want to do this. Let's see. I guess I'll just do that same visor material. Just need to black mask. Okay. So, for sure, want to do this. Do. Okay. Okay. This should hopefully be everything visor-wise that I need on both sides, I think. Yeah, because I stacked those. So I wasn't stupid with that one, at least. Cool. And now we're just going to make that white. Even though it looks like silver. Cool. Hi, sir. How many hours per week, per day? What about breaks between? Like, how much time do I spend? At minimum, I will try to do at least 30 minutes a day. But at maximum, I'll do anything from 3 to 7 hours a day outside of work, just because this is what I want to spend my time on. So when it comes to like what's going to work best for you, I have no idea. Like it's going to be whatever works for you, like your schedule and how your life works. But I generally try to spend at least 30 minutes to 3 hours a day. If I can get more than that, awesome. Like when I'm on break from lunch or something like that, I'll spin up Substance and I'll work on it and then I'll go back to work. But like I always try to spend as much time on it as I possibly can. I want to know your routine. So I don't really have much of a routine, honestly. Like I'm pretty basic when it comes to all that stuff now. I just spend every waking minute learning. It's the biggest way to do it. Started learning basic, now I'm doing character animation. So with the basic stuff, obviously it's just kind of follow like those like basic principles of animation, like bounce and stretch, timing, things like that. Especially if you're doing like the ball bounce animation or any of that stuff. Really focus on timing. That's one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make is they don't focus enough on timing. And so when it comes to their animation, it either plays too fast or it looks too like sketchy and like loggy. You want to make sure that you're getting your timing right and you're hitting things properly. So timing is like the most important thing to focus on when it comes to animation. And then outside of that, make sure you're looking at those subtle little tiny details. So like if you're animating a character, right, and they're talking, make sure you're animating like if they're using their hands to emote, make sure you're slightly moving fingers, doing stuff like that. All of those little subtle movements are going to really help kind of sell the realism of your animation. And it helps kind of train you to do more advanced and more like in-depth animations. What's up, Steve Joshi? How are you? Okay, that's good. I need to put rubber here. So I'm just kind of going through and finding all the stuff that I need to do now. So I'm going to go back here to our many fill layers. We're going to add a rubber. Plastic rubber. I want damaged. Actually, this rubber tire might be nice. See how that looks. That might be too much dirt. No, that's going to work. Okay. So first off, okay. Yeah, Jai Deep, really any routine is just gonna like come down to like how much you're spending like learning. I always recommend people spend as much time learning as possible because you're never gonna stop learning in this field. So don't get comfortable not learning. Where the hell are those? I know I put those shells somewhere. But where's the question? Is it these? No. Yes. Just nab all of that just in case. Whoopsie. Okay. All right, so that rubber is just kind of melding in with everything. So this is one thing that I try to stress with you guys when you guys are learning, especially. You can kind of see how like this doesn't necessarily look much different than this metal, so I want to make this look a little bit like separated from it. So let's figure out how we want to do that. But I'm going to turn on my fan because it's hot as hell in here. That's not what I wanted. Perfect. Hi from Iran. Hello, Howie. How are you? Thanks, bro. Appreciate your help. You're welcome. How do we stop burnout and work for longer hours? So if you are already in a stage of burnout, you need to take a break. You need to stop and just kind of like recollect. Maybe do a hobby, something that's not going to stress you out too much. Because once you've kind of entered burnout, you need to be careful because you can just burn yourself out further and make things so much worse for yourself. So I always recommend, like, you know, revisit something you love, whether it's like some sort of like physical hobby or watching movies or whatever, you know, it can be anything really. After that, and you feel like you can resume your work, the best way to avoid it is to take things in small chunks. So eventually, over time, you're going to build up a better, like, kind of stamina to working longer and working harder on projects. But until that point, you don't want to just kind of like force yourself constantly to do things, because if you just kind of keep hammering at something and like stuff isn't working, you're getting frustrating, you're burning out, all you're going to do is make things worse for yourself. So take the time to recoup and relax, and you'll be okay. Like, it has taken me a year to get to the point where I'm comfortable saying that I can spend anywhere from, like, if I had the day off from work, I could spend 10 to 12 hours on one of these projects. And it's taken me a year to get to that point. So, like, it takes time to build that kind of, like, stamina when it comes to working on stuff like this. All right, so all we did was lighten that up just a little bit. And now we need to apply it back here too. And I'm pretty sure that's a separate shell. Okay. Let's look at this one, because I don't remember how I UV'd that. Oh, I did. I UV'd it like an idiot. Ah, damn it. Okay. Did I stack it? Nope, I was stupid. I was dumb. Okay. Fun times. All right. Oh, we're going to do this a little manually. We're going to try to just do this way. See if this lets me do what I want to do. It might not. Don't really know. That looks like it might be okay. Okay. Perfect. Cool. Sandeep, hi, how are you? Good to see you. Got all sorts of people coming in tonight. It's nice to see you all. Hope you guys are all having a good Wednesday. Is anybody working on anything cool tonight? You guys working on any projects? I know somebody said they were working on a Hummer. Sounds like somebody else is working on a gun, so lots of cool stuff going on. Okay. So that takes care of that. I hate how Substance does this, because I see it and I'm like, why is that there? But it's just something that Substance does. It's not actually there. Let's see. I'm going to try that. That sounds interesting. 10 to 12 hours. Yeah, so 10 to 12 hours is like what, if I had the time, I could spend on this if I wanted to. But that's taken me years to get to that point, or like at least a year to get to that point. I don't recommend somebody who's just like fresh in college do that. Nope, this is too twangy. I don't like this. Running animation walk cycles are making me crazy. Walk cycles are the biggest pain in the ass, but once you get them, it makes everything a lot easier. I remember having to do that in college, and I hated every second of it, so you are definitely not alone in that feeling. Does it matter that I'm grabbing these? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, Okay, this is not the music that you normally recommend me, Epidemic. Come on now. Either way. Hopeful Dreaming. Let's try this. This sounds cool. Try this music. Alright, cool. This mud might be a bit too much for me, so I'm gonna probably dial it back a bit. Because I'm not super thrilled with how chunky it looks, but we'll get to it. The important part is getting the mask set up so I can change it whatever I want to later. This is something that I'm doing a little bit differently this time around, so I'm actually, as I get the projects kind of laid out initially, I'm exporting all the textures and then loading them up into a testing scene in Maya, so I can verify what my materials are going to look like when I get them over. So I'm doing a little bit of look dev work this time. That's something I generally didn't do in the past. I would just spend a stupid amount of time texturing and then hope it looked good in Maya. And if it didn't, I'd go back. But this time I'm trying something new. It seems to be a better way of doing it, so. Plus it's nice, because then when I finish texturing, I don't have to go in and re-import everything. Okay, so that rubber's in there. Okay. Let's go over here. We're also going to look at these taillights. That's a decent song. Hi, sir. How to handle highly complex models. So that's something that I've changed, actually, because this one, this entire model itself will not load in Substance Painter if I pulled it all in at one time. So the best way to handle the high complex ones, especially if your computer can't handle just loading them in, break them into pieces. So that's what I did with this tank. That's why you can't see the turret, you can't see the treads. Everything was broken into pieces on this one. And that's just to save me computing power so I can actually get it into Maya and then render it. Because like I've got a really powerful CPU and I've got a lot of RAM, but I don't have a great GPU and I don't have a lot of VRAM. So I had to find a balance between how I can get the best result possible while making the most like dense model that I wanted to make. And that was kind of the way I found that works. Let's see. Are you self-taught? Mostly. I did go to college, so I went to Full Sail University. I didn't learn anything there, so I learned a little bit, but nothing that I can credit myself with currently. So most of my stuff is self-taught because I did animation in high school, and so I did 3D modeling and stuff like that. It was a very new course to our school at the time, and so we were kind of like the test group of students to kind of build the course and like test it and see what we were going to do with it. So basically everything I did, we taught ourselves out of a book. And it worked really well. And I think that's probably why I'm so self-driven now, is just because like I'm just able to teach myself. So I'd say about 95% self-taught. Okay. Alright, so the rubber's there. That's decent. I want these to be steel, so that's the next unfortunate part. But the nice thing is, I think I could take that mask and just invert it. Oh, no, actually, it doesn't matter, because what I can do... Hold on, let's find out which one it is. I think it's... this one? No, that's the damage layer on the hooks. Silver armor. It's this one. Okay. So we're going to go back here. You can, unfortunately, some of these, I hate how they show the seams on some of them, but it's okay. I'm gonna just yoink. Please tell me that just stayed over it. It did. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Sweet. Cool. Mandeep, nice to see you too. When I'm doing 3D stuff, mainly highly complex models, I feel like my IQ is around. It's tough work. It's tough stuff. Like, a lot of people can't really grasp that this is stuff that you can actually do on the computer, so. You'll find that most people who go to, like, see movies and stuff don't really understand how any of this works. Which is totally okay, like, there's nothing wrong with that, but, you know, it's a specialized skill to know how to do this stuff. Okay. Alright. I think I want these poles to be this as well. So we're going to go back to our selection tool, go to object mode, and then go back to brush mode, see if that changed much. That didn't change much, but it gives us just a little bit of separation between these two. Oh, I forgot these were separate. Damn. Bummer. That's okay. Those don't need as much detail as these have, so. I think everything else is pretty solid. Yeah. Okay. All right. I gotta do these pins, but I think I'll just do those in that silver armor. Or should I do them differently? Yeah, I'll do them separately. Okay. So we're gonna do that same silver armor. And we're gonna immediately throw a black mask on it so it doesn't have to calculate. Sometimes that works. Sometimes you can catch it before it starts doing all the calculations. Other times you can't. Bro, how do you install PyMel on your computer for Maya Python scripts? I have no idea because I don't use PyMel. Camo Tech Tank drained my luck. Also think I have the flu. Ah, Mr. Blazerman, that sucks. I'm sorry. That's a bummer. Why do you think you got you just got sick all of a sudden, or what? Alright. Shoe. These are going to be pins. I try to organize them, like, stay organized, but I'm really bad about it. Like, ridiculously bad about it. Okay, so that pin, I think, travels all the way through. Does it not? It does. Good. These were scaled horribly, so I need to fix that before I do renders on this, but... Oh, those were all stacked. Okay. Cool. I think that's it. Nope. Now that's it. Alright, so a little bit of depth map detail. I think what I'm going to do, or some height detail, I'm going to do little bolts on the bases of these little mounts because I didn't model them, and I don't think I want to. Are we on save? It's about to save. Hi, sir, where are you from? I'm from India. It's day and night in our... Wait. Is it day or night in your country? In our country, it's morning. Yes, so I'm in the United States. I'm in New Mexico. It is nighttime for me. It's like 9:16 p.m. Loving the pixel camo. Was wondering what type you would go for. Yes, it's looking really good. It took me a minute to find one that I liked. So the funny thing about the camo is I did immediately start trying to make my own in Substance Designer. And then I realized that I don't know enough about that thing to even attempt that right now. So I'm going to learn that separately, but I found a guy who made these really great camo packs for Substance. And I just bought them off of him because he had a really good... They were technically free, but I bought them because I'm like, damn, like you're saving me so much time for this. So I'm going to do this. I'm also going to do variants. So each variant, I'm going to go with a camo, like a desert camo. I'm going to do a forest camo. And then potentially a freaky like orange camo. I haven't decided yet what else I'm going to do, but I'm going to do some variants because there's a lot of stuff I'm going to be doing with this model this year. So this project is going to be something I continue working with throughout the year once the model's done and it's rigged. Yeah, Jaideep, I'm in the United States, in New Mexico. Yeah, I saw in the Discord Substance Designer is great, but it's really a handful. It's like... The tutorial I was watching was super helpful in like learning the initial pieces of it, but like, yeah, there's a lot there that I need to figure out still. I upgraded from food poisoning to this. Thought cold pork dumplings were the culprit, but then my body started hurting and I don't think it... Probably not. Could be flu or it could be the combo. There's a combo COVID flu that's going around apparently, which is not great. But hopefully it just blows over quickly for you, man. That sucks that you got sick. Let's get these done too. Okay. Yeah, this is honestly turning out really nicely. I'm super happy with where it's going. I haven't even started like damaging yet, so yeah, for sure. No, I definitely want to invest some time into it because I've got it, I'm paying for it technically, so might as well learn how to use it. Plus, like, I've always strayed away from procedural materials and textures, so I figure that'll be a good way to learn it, just because, like, I don't really necessarily think I want to learn it through Maya. Upside is I get off work tomorrow. Nice. That's always good. That's always solid. Alright, what do we have here? This tank has turned out so different from what I had originally envisioned, which is really cool. Like, I'm happy with it, don't get me wrong, but it's just, like, kind of crazy to think about how much it's changed. So one thing I want to do I want to do patches of camo in here and then tear it up. So I think what I'm going to do, file, save real quick, just because it's been a second since I've done like a manual save. Some cavity dirt would look great on it. Yeah, no, I'll do that for sure in the end. I'm just kind of working piece through piece right now. Alright, we saved. Cool, we saved. Alright, so where's that camo that I used? It was in here, I think. It's the one that I just added. I can copy it if I need to. I don't remember what it was called. Ah, here it is. Camo, was it the ABU? No, it's the UCP. It was this one. And we're gonna, oh, okay, that's what I did. Right. Fill color. We're gonna pop this over here into the base color. It's gonna go through and do its little calculation. Okay. More music, come on. Screw it, we'll just go here. Also, have you considered giving it some decals, more personalized look to like seen on World War II tanks? I haven't decided yet. I kind of want to, but I don't want it to feel too messy, and it already feels pretty messy with the camo, so I haven't really decided just yet. But that might be something I end up doing. Let's do a black mask. And then these, this is going to be interesting because I think those are separate. Are they separate? How did I do those? I think that's it right there. I think that's it. Okay, that is the right one. I definitely really love Substance Painter. Okay. So let's turn that off. We go 3D only. Well, hopefully you start feeling better, man. That sucks you got sick, dude. Alright, so this camo is really cool. Because like I said, this dude built this in Substance Designer, so it's got all the controls that I could ever want. I'd like to honestly just like scale that a little bit. Maybe tile it. There we go. Just a little bit of extra detail in there. And then we need to do... Okay. And then the thing I ended up doing with this was I did a multiply, I think. Did I do a multiply? Oh, oops, hold on. Normal. Base color. Multiply. No. It was something. It might have been divide. No. It might have been... yeah, I think it was screen. Okay. Cool. Just a little, like, kind of pop of detail in there. It's funny because I'm a people germaphobe, too. Someone snuck in. I get that. I'm amazed I don't get sick more often, considering I work out at, like, Planet Fitness. Like, the cleanliness of people there is never good, like, at all. So, I'm, you know, knock on wood, I still haven't gotten sick from the gym yet. I almost think it would be kind of cool to have it in there, too. We're going to try this. Oh, that's a bummer. But it's going to be worth it. We're going to do it. I hope it'll be worth it. If not, it'll look stupid. I gotta give it, like, Substance Banner is really cool for just, like, being able to drag patterns in like this. Like, it's honestly so nice considering how we used to do things. I'm sure Mari is probably much more powerful, but it also costs 4 times as much. It's honestly kind of crazy to think about. So, like, when I pull this into Maya, it runs so much better than my ship ever did. And I think that's just because, like, the ship, I was horribly optimized. I modeled it when I, like, really had no idea what I was doing. But it's nice to know that, like, now I know how to optimize a model for actual, like, work. Yeah, I like that little pop of, like, camo. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it looks neat, so that's what we're going for. Oh. That's interesting. Are they all like that? No, just that one. Huh. That's bizarre. Oh yeah, there's a broken... Weird. What's up, Nabil? How are you? Good to see you. All of these are missing that little loop. That's kind of weird. 2 more to go. Cool. That's good. A little tired of dragging. All right. Quick reminder for everyone watching on YouTube, please make sure you like the stream. It does help immensely. I wish I could say there was something to do on Twitch, but there's really not. And Instagram, I don't think you can even like lives. So, all right, cool. Yeah, see, that's nice. Just a nice little pop of color. There's gambling. That's true. You can gamble on Twitch. That's about it. Alright, so we are approaching the end of this stream, so let's do this. I'm going to do File, Save. Okay, cool. We're going to go File, Export Textures. That's 8 bits is fine for now. 4K and export. Oh, please tell me that's going to the right place. I hope that was right. I don't think I set that up right. Nope. There's probably so many textures in here. Yeah, there really is. Delete that. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so I set that up wrong. Settings. This actually needs to go here. Let's do that one more time. He said as he lost. You'll get it someday, man. You'll get it someday. Excuse me. All right. Close that. Save. Jeez. All right. Close this. Open up Maya while that's closing because Substance Painter for some reason hangs. Oh. You only had 195 and you lost them, man. That's a bummer. Come on, hurry up and close. Just sucks because I'm going to have to reopen it later, but that's okay. Why are you not closing? Okay. Is it because Maya's opening? Is that why? Alright. Look at our tester. This is where it takes a minute to load, because this is pretty brutal. These are all 4K textures, so... There we go. All right. Let's kill my computer. Let's see what we get out of this. There we go. Takes a minute to spin everything up. The only thing I don't like about this, like doing it this way, is that it has to regenerate the TX files every single time. So that's kind of a pain in the butt, but otherwise, it's fine. How many UDIMs is this project? 24. Yeah, 24. Technically 23, actually, because one of them is not being used. So yeah, 23. It's for sure my largest texturing project ever. There we go. It's trying. I don't know why it's trying to render it while it's doing the TX files, though. That's kind of weird. It's never really done that before. Cool. Yep, these are the updated textures. Ooh. Oh, the displacement. Oh, I haven't adjusted those yet. Oops. Okay, so I'll have to fix that. Well, displacement aside. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, it's looking real good, actually. The visor material's coming across really nicely over here. So, what's your graphics card? It's just an RTX 3070. This is actually rendering off a CPU right now. That tank is tanking, yes. So not bad, though. I mean, at 3 samples, it's rendering on CPU in 30 seconds, so that's not terrible. Could be worse. Are my bolts all jacked up because of the height map? Yeah. That's okay. I'll fix that later. Yeah, it actually, Arnold handles it really well when you're doing CPU viewport stuff, so not really the biggest issue in the world. So aside from making some minor adjustments, I think I can start kind of dirtying this up now, which will be cool. I also really like that I was able to kind of keep the orange, because if you guys didn't see, if I go in here and I just delete this, I've still got my orange gears in there. Even though you can't see them, they're there. Super happy with the treads, though. I think the treads came out really nicely. It's going to be exciting to rig. It's going to be a nightmare to rig, but it's going to be fun to like experiment with. Well, cool. And the only thing that I'm noticing that's a major issue, and this is what I was talking about earlier. So if you guys look here, you can see how along here it's like sharp. The reason is because the bake is done on a low poly. So because of that, cylinders tend to need to have the actual like amount of support that you need, so that when you smooth it, it generally kind of constrains to it. I found that if you don't do it that way, if you don't set it up properly, they just kind of get jacked up. So it doesn't matter on this one because that's going to be underneath everything, so you're never going to see it. But kind of a bummer. Yeah, I'm happy with it though. PC. I definitely use and abuse this PC. It is for sure time for it to be retired. It won't be retired though. Usually the way I handle my computers is like I will finish up like when I build a new one, and I'll take the old one and I'll turn it into either a PC throughout the house for something, or I'll turn it into a rendering machine. So the likelihood that this PC will ever get a break before it dies is pretty small. All right, so let's turn off Arnold. I'm gonna go ahead and save this scene. I just want to leave it that way. I might start using Maya with a pen. I don't know. I hate that I'm thinking about that. But, alrighty guys. That is it for me tonight. I'm gonna do a little bit of a shorter stream today. But, it was good hanging out with you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. Instagram, you guys are the first to go. So, appreciate you being here. I'll be live again on Friday. So if you guys want to see more tank stuff, we'll be working on Friday. There is a potential that I might be working on the turret by then. I don't really know yet. Not super sure. Mr. Blazing Man, you lost it all? Oh, you don't have any. Uh-oh. But yeah, so there's a potential we'll be working on the turret. Depends on how far I get on the body. I think what I'm going to do is set up the base materials. And then from there, I'll go back in and do the grunge and damage. So like ricochet points, scrapes, dents, whatever. So I think from there we'll go to that, and then we'll start playing with that stuff. So should be a lot to come. But Instagram, once again, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to go ahead and end stream on Insta. All right, and everybody on YouTube, thank you guys so much for liking the stream and being here and hanging out. Appreciate you being here. I will see you guys all on Friday. And then I think after stream, I'm going to set up the thing for the, what do you call it? The portfolio review, because I know a lot of people want that. So I'll see you guys on Friday. And at Twitch, we got to raid out, so let's find somebody to raid.